This isn't a facelift. It's the all-new Tank 300 with a new design, a longer wheelbase, bigger dimensions, Hi4-Z and Hi4-T powertrains, standard LiDAR on the ZT trim, a stronger front axle, and room for a future V8. Let's check it out. The new Tank 300 comes in 3 new colors, yellow, red, and green. This bright yellow really stands out. Let me know what you think. Park it beneath a snowy mountain, and it'll look fantastic in photos. One change I'm not completely sold on is that the large tank badge in the center of the grille is gone. In its place is a horizontal 4-letter grille design with GWM branding, giving the Tank 300 a stronger global market identity while keeping its rugged character. The new front bumper uses a 3-piece modular design. If you damage one section, you only replace that piece instead of the entire bumper. These mounting points are ready for accessories. Remove the covers, and you can bolt on a bull bar. Up front, the wider track, wider body, and taller suspension give it a much tougher stance. But that's not the biggest change. Let's move to the side. From this angle, the SUV looks much more planted thanks to a 260mm longer wheelbase. It looks longer, larger, and more substantial. The shorter front overhang and the wheels pushed closer to the corners completely change the vehicle's proportions. There's another detail here, a dedicated accessory mounting point that complements the rugged exterior design. Ground clearance is now 235mm, with an 800mm weighting depth. The longer wheelbase also improves the L113 dimension, giving the front end a larger crumple zone for better safety while creating enough space to fit a much larger engine. Since GWM already has a V8, this platform seems ready for one. The shorter front overhang also improves the approach angle to 38 degrees, making the off-road geometry even better. The side design hasn't changed much. The biggest difference is simply how much better the longer wheelbase model looks. You also get blue driver assistance indicator lights at the front and rear. They look a little unusual on such a rugged SUV, almost like it's saying, "I'm tough, but I'm smart too." On this Hi4-Z, check out the cargo floor height. It's a great spot to sit, take photos, and you can even climb in with one easy step. That works too. What do you think of the cargo floor height? Now let's talk about the Hi4-Z battery pack. You can still see it from underneath, but from a normal viewing distance it's barely noticeable. On the Hi4-T, the battery sits higher under the cargo floor, so there's no battery pack here. That's why I always say if you're buying it for serious off-roading, the Hi4-T is the better choice. The battery pack is heavily reinforced and well protected, but many people still worry about hitting it on the trail. The battery pack also affects the breakover angle. Because the new Tank 300 has a longer wheelbase, the breakover angle is already 2 degrees lower than before. The Hi4-T and gasoline model have a 21-degree breakover angle, down from 23 degrees. The Hi4-Z drops it another 2 degrees to 19. Even so, the Hi4-Z actually has slightly more ground clearance than the Hi4-T. That's because the Hi4-T's lowest point is the rear differential housing, while on the Hi4-Z the battery pack sits higher than the front differential. So in practice, the Hi4-Z actually offers greater ground clearance. The new Tank 300 also rides higher, giving it a 38-degree approach angle and excellent overall off-road capability. For normal trails and rough roads, this SUV is more than capable. This is the first Tank 300 with the Hi4-Z, offering up to 251 kilometers of CLTC electric range. It also gets standard LiDAR and full scenario driver assistance. What do you think? Now let's check out the interior. What do you think of this red cabin? I'm not a big fan. It's not that the color is bad, it just doesn't work with the yellow exterior. But paired with a red body, this interior would look much sportier. I honestly don't remember every detail of the old Tank 300 interior, so let's quickly go through what's new. The steering wheel is now fully round, and the textured leather gives it a rugged feel that really suits the character of the vehicle. The column-mounted shifter has also been upgraded with a more refined finish. Some people still don't like a column shifter in an off-roader, but I think it frees up valuable space in the center console. The center air vents keep their classic adjustable design, and the turbine-style controls have a very satisfying click when you turn them. The center console has 2 wireless chargers, while the front passenger gets power adjustment and an 8-point massage function. There's also a large storage compartment and a cooled storage box for drinks. Or you can upgrade to a built-in refrigerator. The biggest upgrade is these 6 aircraft-style auxiliary switches. The wiring is already pre-installed, and each circuit supports up to 300 watts. You can wire lights, an air compressor, and other accessories without cutting to factory wiring. That's a really useful upgrade. The interior itself hasn't changed dramatically, but the new Tank 300 now includes over 40 factory accessory mounting points, from the dashboard and front bumper to the auxiliary fuel tank and air compressor, making future upgrades much easier. It suits this SUV perfectly. Now let's check the rear seats. What does the extra 260mm of wheelbase add? Most of it improves the front layout, off-road packaging, and space for larger powertrains, not rear legroom. So where's the improvement? It's right here. The rear seat backs recline farther than before, making the back seats much more comfortable. That means you can enjoy long road trips in much greater comfort. The Hi4-Z uses 27 sensors and an advanced panoramic perception system, making off-roading much easier. Even beginners can enjoy serious off-road capability. That's our look at the all-new Tank 300. The Hi4-Z adds electrified performance, standard LiDAR, a bigger body, a tougher stance, and endless customization. With the spirit of freedom, every destination is within reach. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.